Welcome to the Curve Effect, where confidence meets curves and beauty has no limits. I'm your host, Tammy Taylor, and this is your go-to space for fashion, health, beauty, and all things self-love. Here, we celebrate the power of curves, embrace our bodies unapologetically, and inspire each other to live our fullest, most fabulous lives. Whether it's the latest style trends, wellness tips, or real talk about the real journey to self-confidence, this is where you belong. So get ready to own your curves, walk in your power, and redefine beauty in your own terms. This is the Curve Effect. So let's go. September 1st, a powerful new book arrives on Amazon. Step into a story of resilience, self-discovery, and unshakable faith. Crowned in Confidence, a journey of faith, healing, and freedom. Written by Tammy D. Taylor. All proceeds from this release go directly to the Weight We Carry Women's Initiative, a nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering and supporting women on their healing journey. So mark your calendars. September 1st, Amazon, Crowned in Confidence, a journey of faith, healing, and freedom. Don't just read it, live it. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Curve Effect. I am your girl, Tammy T, and today I have a powerhouse of a woman. She's making waves in the plus size community. She's breaking barriers. She's trailblazing, and I am so happy to have her. Welcome, the CEO and owner of Wlson Plus Talent and Management, Bridgett Wlson. And so while we're waiting on Bridgett, let me tell you about what I got going on. It's ATL's hottest season, and your girl is nominated for ATL's hottest curvy model, and that will be a third time if I win. So I want to get this three-peat. So we need your votes, and we need your I need your support. I'm also nominated for Miss ATL's hottest and the Curve Effect. The Curve Effect, yes, this show, The Curve Effect, has been nominated for ATL's hottest online talk show. So I definitely need your support. Voting starts October the 20th and at atlhottest.com. And I got my girl, Bridgett. She's here. Hey, Bridgett.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I am doing awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to have you here.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. You're a woman after my own heart, man. You making waves, and you're making waves for the plus size community, which is a community that for a long time has been on the back seat. So I appreciate the fact that you have taken that, embraced it, and made it your own. And let's start from the beginning. Tell us about Bridgett.
Okay. Well, my name is Bridgett Wlson. I am from Wilmington, North Carolina, little small town on the right on the coast of North Carolina. I started out as a model. I was a model for about 15 years. But as time went on, with the industry changing and everything, it was something in me, that I didn't see enough models that looked like me, especially on the runway.
Right.
I mean, I'm 5'8", I have the height, but I didn't necessarily fit the mold for like some of the top agencies like Ford and Wilhelmina. Always in the back of my mind, I always wanted to be signed to these agencies, and me being me, I'm like, I'm gonna step out and like I'm gonna submit my photos anyway. And of course, over just getting told no left and right because I was too hippie, had too much stomach, not didn't have an hourglass figure. I just didn't fit that mold. So, I was like, okay, so I continued to do my own thing as time went on, and things started progressing, and I started seeing, well, I saw that plus models were, get the work is there for models that look like me.
Right.
I mean, I've seen them in Ashley Stewart, I've seen them in Torrid, and I'm like, well, somebody's got to be out there representing these models.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started doing my research, and there's not very many agencies that actually uh that actually focus in on just plus models. So what I decided to do in November 1st of 2021 is when I officially opened up Wilson Plus Talent and Consulting. I started out as just a plus size models, but here I am 4 years in. Actually, November 1st of this year will be, was it 4 years? Yeah, 4 years in. I almost forgot the time flies by so fast. So I decided to open my doors to everyone. So right now I'm all inclusive. So we
Okay.
take plus size models, kids as young as 5 years old. We do big and tall men, and of course people with disabilities, because
Mm-hmm.
again, I want it to be, like I said, I want it to be all inclusive. So the only way to
Mm-hmm.
do that is to really be just that. Because I'm starting to see more and more people on the runway in different brand campaigns, people in wheelchairs with prosthesis. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I was like, why not? So, I was like, let me go ahead and I wanted to create a space for everyone, for all different types of talent to be able to shine.
Okay. Well, I love it. You turned your rejection into redirection,
That's
and
right.
that's what the curve effect is all about. So, I
That's right.
again, I admire your work. I love what you're doing. You did
Thank you.
mention getting rejection from mainstream agencies.
Hmm.
Um, what made you then decide, you know what? If they're not going to open the door, I'm gonna build my own door. Basically, that's what you did.
Hmm.
What was there anything specific, or you just got tired of the whole thing altogether? Was there a specific incident that caused you to just say no, I'm
Um,
just not doing this anymore?
yeah, it wasn't any one particular incident. It was just an overall, just repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not what we're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Now I would have to take that back. There was actually a couple of times I had to think about it. I almost forgot because I kind of like, just erased it from my mind. But sometimes it's plus models. And this is one of those things that it's almost you can't really, there's no way around it. So now there's just things um you're going to experience as a plus model, and not just a plus model but any model really. So but for some reason I guess more people are more biased against people if you're a bigger size, right? So I've come across, when I've done fashion shows, where designers kind of like would just throw anything on me, you know? I don't know if you had that experience, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a size 24, you know what I'm saying? So I've had them put me in things, and as a model, your job is to model that garment. You're not supposed to complain because
Right.
you're there to do a job, right?
Right.
So me being me, and I don't usually speak up for myself like I should, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do my job. But you could see it in my face that I
Uh-huh.
just wasn't comfortable. I knew the garment didn't look good. But let me back up to tell you what the garment was. It was, I'm trying to do it without actually giving the designer's name away. I think I can do it. So it was a local fashion show. So we had to, they had gave me it was supposed to have been, well, in retrospect, when I found out, it was supposed to have been like a skirt, like a long flowing skirt that you can kind of mix and match and like wear over a leotard or whatever. So
Uh-huh.
when he gave it to me, he said, here, just put it over your shoulders and wear it like a cape. Now mind you, I only had on, what did I have on? I had on like a just my shapewear
Mm-hmm.
underneath, right? So I'm like,
Uh-huh.
okay, that, you probably get away with that. But the way he told me to, the belt part of the skirt was it was made like I can't think of the word, like parachute, like a parachute belt. his designs are really like out, like just they're really out there. But anyway, so the parachute was like the belt of it was like a parachute belt.
Uh-huh.
So it was like draped around my shoulders. To me, I felt like I looked ridiculous. I really did. Because I'm looking in the mirror and I'm just like trying to fix it, trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm like, okay. So I walked out there, I did my thing, I made the
Mhm.
cape bow, whatever. And the after pictures were just horrendous because, you know, um,
Yeah.
I felt he could have put me in something better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my shapewear, some of the shapewear have seams in it. You can see all the, it just didn't look good. If
Mm-hmm.
anything, he probably could have put it as a skirt on me and it would have looked better, if that makes sense.
Why it was
So
he intended it to be a skirt. Why didn't he? Okay. Okay.
so I found out later that it was supposed to be like a long flowing skirt with a train. And that would have been more, you know what I'm saying? That would have made better sense, right? So, situations like that. And there's been like numerous others, but like small stuff, like photographers that don't know how to take pictures of plus size models. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So little things like that. I'm just like, I was like, it's gotta be a better way. It's gotta be a
Right.
better way.
Right.
So I started creating my own network basically.
Mm-hmm.
I started my agency and I come across, the photographers that I have met over the years and got with them, the ones that knew how to take pictures of plus size bodies because we're just different. You know what I'm saying? You have to
Exactly.
know how to catch our angles. You have to know the right the right lighting to catch. You know what I'm saying? The best,
Right.
to catch us at our best.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. I got my network of photographers together. I got my MUAs. I have a runway coach that I work with. So, again, like I said, I got tired of just going through all that, and it's like, okay, enough is enough. We're gonna just do our own thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah. And that's the thing. And I think it's getting better, but
yeah,
they will put you in just anything just because because sometimes it feels like they feel like they have to because you were one of the models in the show. So okay, I gotta
mhm.
give you something here, put this on. You
Right.
know,
And I feel like if they don't feel like they have anything to fit you,
don't
don't. I mean, don't waste your time.
right, don't. I'm okay.
You
I'll be
know,
okay with
like,
I would rather not, I
like
would
just be honest with me. If you don't feel like you have something that's gonna fit me, just be honest and just
just
let
say
me go
it.
on about my business.
Because somebody
Instead of
has
trying to.
right. Yeah, and it's unfortunate, um, and that still goes on. It's getting better, but it does still
Absolutely.
it does
Yeah.
it does
Yeah.
still happen.
Mhm.
What do you think? What do you think we need to do? Like as far as us, like me and you, we're plus size models. We're
Mhm.
doing things outside of just modeling. We're behind the scenes. We're making opportunities for other plus size models.
Mhm.
As far as you as the owner of an agency, what do you do as far as your agency? Do you have workshops for your models and do you do things like that? And do you warn them
Yes.
about
Mhm.
um,
Certain ma'am.
certain
I
type of
do.
entities that they need to stay away from and things like
Yes,
that?
I do. That's no, that's number one thing that I do. Of course, they know what photographers to work with, because when I set up their photo shoots, it's
Mm-hmm.
usually by the photographers that I've already, what I'm saying, had a built a
Mm-hmm.
rapport with. So they know that, the photographers to work with, the ones that are going to catch them in the best light. We do monthly workshops, runway trainings, posing. They get their comp cards, they get
Mm-hmm.
portfolio building. I mean, and when I say portfolio building, they actually have like their digital portfolio that I do for them and also their physical portfolio. Um, so as an agent, I make sure that they have the tools that they need in order to be successful. I'm not going to just let them, what I'm saying, because it's also my name at stake. So I'm not going to just let them, show up any kind of way to a casting without the appropriate comp card, without the appropriate, if they need a portfolio,
Mm-hmm.
without that. I've even gone so far as to have them do a entertainment resume because a resume will show what they've actually been doing because you can talk about what you've been doing, but a lot of times people want to see.
Right.
what you've been doing,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So that kind of takes care of that. Um, and as far as I feel like it's very important, with like me and you, what we could do, and what we've been doing is creating that table, creating those opportunities for
Hmm.
our community.
Right.
As a matter of fact, next year I plan on doing our first fashion show for the agency.
Okay. Cool.
So, doing things like that, even just creating job opportunities, because, like I said, I do have a model coach and a runway coach. So
Hmm.
I'm bringing in, they're all plus size, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm creating those types of opportunities and trying to keep it in within our community. So
Hmm.
we know that when certain jobs and stuff come along, we're in good hands. We're going to take care of each other. You know what I mean? I don't believe in gatekeeping.
That's the
So I'm
thing
gonna
too. Gatekeeping.
I'm gonna always make sure that what I'm saying, because that's where my heart is at.
Right.
Because I've
Hmm.
always, even as a little girl, I've always been plus size.
Okay. So, right. So let me ask you this. What do you think the industry itself can do to be more inclusive? I mean, again, they're getting better. They're realizing that
Hmm.
representation matters and that
Hmm.
everyone spends money on clothes, not just size twos. Everybody in every walk of life spends money on clothes and want to look nice. So they're realizing it. But what else you think that they can do as far as representation and inclusivity?
I feel like the brands really need to. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're scared or I don't understand. They need to do their research
Yes.
really about about our spending habits, because we already know that the plus size women, we spend a lot of money on fashion. We love,
We
what I'm saying?
do.
We love to look good. We want to look good. We want to be fashionable. We want to be presentable. So they really need to take the time and sit back and do their research on what's really going to sell, instead of assuming somebody, I mean, sitting
A
in the
moo.
back room somewhere at some big table making all the decisions,
Yeah.
and just assuming, oh, that's not going to sell. We're just put a little corner of moo and call it a
Right.
day. They'll be happy,
Right. Oh my gosh.
So I think that it's really, it starts in the boardrooms. It really does.
It
It
does.
starts in the boardrooms. Yeah,
And then women like us need to become the boardrooms, and
that's
that'll
right.
change. We need to become the boardrooms, and we change it
Exactly.
from the inside out. That's
Exactly. So I think that's really what's gonna take as well as people in our community to take a stand and, what I'm
Mhm.
saying, attend, go to these, if you can go, get past the to the higher ups, and, what I'm saying, and voice your opinion, let them know, like, hey,
Yeah.
y'all
Hmm.
gotta make some changes.
Exactly. I mean, we
Yeah,
need to be, like I said, we just need to be the higher ups and make,
exactly.
and then
I
when
agree.
they see, we set the trend. We
I
set the
agree.
standard, and then when they see it, then
Hmm.
and it's not to say we're doing this to impress them, but the bigger brands provide more opportunities for our
Exactly.
plus size sisters.
That's right.
Me and you, we can set the standard. We can build confidence and let women know that yes, we need you. We need you.
Right. Right.
You matter. People love to see us. They love to see us out there when we on these runways killing it.
They
Like
do.
they love to see that because the majority of the women in the audience look like us.
Yes, exactly.
So they love to
Exactly.
see
So,
themselves.
and that's what I'm so perplexed about. I'm just like, if the majority of the population looks like us,
What's the point?
like,
What is it? I don't
do the
know.
math.
Right. And then also,
Do the math. Yeah.
and then you do represent, you don't just represent women, you represent the
Big
big
and
and
tall
tall
men as
men
well.
as well, who
Yeah.
are teddy bears.
Yeah.
We love our teddy bears too.
Exactly. And I feel so bad because unfortunately, it's not as many opportunities for big and tall men as it is for plus, plus
Right,
women. It's getting better, but it's
right.
nowhere near,
As
as it is
it
like
is,
for
right.
us. However, I am trying to change that. So, again, I've been working closely with some other brands and
Mhm.
trying to get some things together. So hopefully by next year,
Okay. Well,
we'll
I'm
start seeing
excited.
more big and what's that?
I said I'm excited to see it. The curve is
Yeah.
supposed to be there. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see it.
It's gonna be good. I'm excited. Yeah.
I'm excited to see it now. Speaking of fashion shows, there's been a trend, and I really want because you put a post
Oh
on
yeah.
Facebook, and that's what made me like, okay, I need to talk to her because I've been saying it. I hadn't put a post out like that, which I probably should have, but I did
Hmm.
amen it. But
I remember.
where and how long? Because how long has this? They call it
Hmm.
pay to play type of thing, where uh, show producers are requiring models to actually pay to walk in shows or required to sell a certain amount of tickets to participate in the show. Where
Hmm.
do where do you stand? I know where you stand on that, but where do you stand? Tell everybody else where you stand.
I really, it's ridiculous because for the longest time I was kind of on the fence about it
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, okay, so like models who are just starting out, right?
Mm-hmm.
They might feel like it's a good opportunity because what I'm saying, they're really wanting to get their feet wet, and but I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I had to think about something. I was like, there's better ways to do that because models should, period, whether you're starting out or if you're seasoned, you should not be paying to walk on a show, nor should you be selling tickets. That is up to their marketing team, or I'm saying, if they don't have a marketing team, they need to figure it out, how to
Right.
get those tickets sold.
Or
It's,
maybe
it's not up to us.
or maybe you shouldn't
Um,
put on a show.
right. I
How about
mean, and
that?
then and then I'm like, okay, well, they already don't want to pay models,
Right.
okay,
Exactly.
but yet want to turn you into their marketing
Uh-huh.
to have you pay them. Just like, no,
Right. You want us to promote your show. Now, a lot of times as a model, I'm going to promote the show because promoting the show
that's
promotes
part
me.
you part of your exactly,
That's going to
exactly.
promote me. I will promote your show and I will sell tickets just because people are going to want to come see me. But
That's
it should not be I should not have to sell 10 tickets to be able to
hmm
walk in this show. And I
and
shouldn't, I'd have to pay $100 registration fee.
exactly,
What do you get? What are you
exactly.
getting? And then we can't even get a bottle of water when we get there.
Don't get me started on that.
Girl,
Look, and don't look like you said, don't want to give you a bottle of water, don't want to feed you, and you're there for like half the day, 8 hours, about to fall over by the time you actually get on the runway,
right.
you
Yeah.
know. And I think a lot of times I've noticed, and I don't like the stereotype, but I found that happens most in like smaller cities.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With people just really want to make a name for themselves,
Yeah.
and it's a money grab.
Yeah. It's a money grab. And then the models, a lot of models, they don't realize that that is something that you should not do because that's all they've known to do. You know,
Exactly.
right now,
Exactly.
sometimes people will say, okay, this registration fee. One time, okay, there was one, I was like, what? They was like, well, you get a gift bag. I was like, it's not a gift if I'm paying for it. I'm sorry, that's
Like,
not a gift bag. I don't buy gifts for my.
can't even get a daggone free gift bag just to model. You gonna make me pay for it? Like, really?
I mean, I'm so like,
That's crazy.
yeah. So that was the thing to get the registration fee paid for your gift bag. So I was just like,
Oh, and what else? Oh, sometimes they'll add like you get headshots or so many
right.
pictures from the show, and
Pictures from the show and stuff like that. But
I'm like, we're supposed to get that anyway because we're in the show.
the show, we're in the show because just think, if you had a show and not one model showed up, guess what? You're not gonna have a show. If
Exactly.
you won't
Oh,
have.
oh, and not only that, people don't realize too. What usually happens is, okay, so say you have a model. What I was gonna say experience or non-experience, but it doesn't matter either way. But if you have a model that is, say, they have a show in New York, right,
Hmm.
and they live in North Carolina, but they don't know anybody in New York.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so they say they have to sell X amount of tickets just to be in the show. So guess what some models do? Because they want to be in the show so bad,
They
they
buy
end
the
up buying
tickets,
the tickets
the tickets
themselves.
themselves. Hmm.
Right. So then
Yeah.
they go to the show, and then think about it, that person, that model's doing that, then another
Hmm.
model's doing that, and then another model's doing that. Guess what happens? They brought all the tickets.
They done bought all
There's
the tickets,
nobody in
and
at the show
nobody's
to
at the
see them.
show. Right. Right. They want it right, and I think that comes again with like they want it so bad, and then
Yeah.
they don't have proper representation, which is where you come
Yes.
in. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So
Hmm.
again, I commend what you're doing because you're doing it on a respectable level. Because there's also agencies that are doing the same things to these models.
Yeah.
So the fact that you are actually out here looking out for their best interest,
Yeah.
teaching
Yeah.
them.
And I'll tell them, look, I'm like, don't. I'm like, nope, we're not doing it. They'll some of them will like bring tough stuff to me, and
Mhm.
after I've done my research, I'm like, no, we're not doing that because you have to pay. You
Right.
know.
And and that's,
Yeah.
we just got to get back to that. Let it be
Yeah.
about fashion, people that actually love fashion and putting on
Yeah.
fashion shows instead of people that's okay, this is a quick money grab. Because the
Hmm.
models that pay, a lot of the times if you go to these shows,
Hmm.
they haven't been trained. You can look and tell that they just,
Hmm.
you know, but we're
Yeah.
not going to go there.
Yeah.
That's part two.
It's I mean, a whole mess, and
Yeah,
I
that
try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm just like, okay, everybody has to start somewhere, but
but
some
you
of that
got,
stuff is it's just unacceptable.
yeah, you got to take pride in what you're doing. It's
Yeah,
another thing. And if you haven't had any type of training, you still got to have some. Look
yeah,
at,
it's
go
not
to
a shot.
YouTube, go
It's
to a show, go to YouTube, something. Don't
exactly. And
don't.
I tell mom when I first started, right before I actually got before I actually found a trainer because I was looking, and
Mhm,
that's what I used to do. I used to of course, draw on my own experience and try to teach them what I knew,
mhm,
but it's been so long. But in between, my knowledge and sending them YouTube like videos, I'm like, yes, like just watch these videos, repeat,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Or look for other models that have your body type and kind of I ain't gonna not say necessarily copy them, but kind of, see if you can adopt your own
Right.
style,
Right.
right? But kind of, what I'm saying, watch them
Make
as
it
a
your own.
what's that?
I said make it your own, basically.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So, and that's what I did until I, was able to get a trainer.
Okay.
So
Well,
there's really no excuse.
no.
There's really no excuse. There's, like you said, YouTube University. I mean, Instagram, little Instagram, because they, sometimes they'll have tutorials up there. So
Right.
there's really no excuse not to get some type of training. I mean, and I tell my moms, I'm like, practice every day. You're walking down the
Exactly.
sidewalk. You're at the
Exactly.
grocery store.
In the grocery store. Man, the
People
grocery
go look
store
like
is the best runway. I'm
I'm
telling you.
exactly, exactly. And I'm telling them, look, people look at us. I don't care how people look at you, but you know what you gotta
They're
do.
gonna, what they're gonna do is ask you if you're a model. That's what they're gonna do, and
Exactly. That's what they're gonna
that's
do.
it. That's all they're gonna do, girl. Yeah.
My ladies told me that she said the people at her job thought she was crazy, thought she was losing her mind or whatever. And she told them, of course, what they were doing, what she was doing, and people were like, "Oh, you think you all that?" Now, now they're thinking that she thinks she's all that. I'm just like, "Oh my god!"
No, so what
So it's
she
like
her response,
you can't win for
can't
losing.
win with people. You can't, but that's okay
Exactly.
because if she thinks
Exactly.
she's all that, the problem is they don't think that they're all that. That's the
That
whole
part.
problem with that. But
That
ladies,
part.
this has
Mhm.
been amazing. We got to do a part two because I still got like 6, 7 more questions to ask you. But
Girl.
yeah, this has been absolutely amazing. Tell everybody where we can find you, and if there's a young model or a model of any age or size interested in signing with Wilson, just how can they contact you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm actually on Facebook under my name, Bridgett Wlson. Instagram is Wilson Plus Talent. TikTok is Wilson Plus Talent as well. And my email address is Wilson Plus Talent 2021 at gmail.com. If you're interested in getting to the industry, pretty much all I'll need is headshots. I'll need body shots. And if you have a video, a walk video, send that as well. Doesn't have to be professional to start out with. I kind of like want to see where you're at, and we'll go from there.
All right. Thank you so much, Riz. This was so much fun. I
Was
loved
I
it.
should have more time.
Yeah, well, you coming back. Like I said, we're gonna do a
Okay,
part two because I
just
got
let me know.
girl, we got
Just
plenty
let
to
me
talk
know.
about. I love
Yes,
this.
ma'am.
I love this. Well,
Yes,
again,
ma'am.
thank you so much.
You're
I
very
appreciate
welcome.
you. You have an awesome night. Stay on for a couple of minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another episode of The Curve Effect. I am your girl, Tammy T. And remember, ladies, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. See you next time.